Yo, what's good? This is Dragon Ball Super Episode 43 review. I will say before anything is discussed or said about the episode that this will contain spoilers. So I don't want to hear anybody complain about spoilers. You have been warned. So tonight's episode, I saw it, I want to say about 40 minutes ago because I was talking to a few people on the phone, and I go on YouTube and I go and notice that Geekdom, Quamen, Unreal ENT Gaming, and a few other YouTubers that I watch have done the review. I'm like, oh shit, the episode is on. So I said, I'm not gonna watch anything. I'll go see the episode and then go on YouTube and watch them. And that's exactly what I did. I just finished seeing Geekdom 101's review, Quamen's review, and Unreal ENT Gaming's review. I have not seen Laughing Stock Media's yet. That will probably be done tomorrow. As you can see, it is 1:41 in the morning for me. And if you're wondering why I didn't do a review for last week, because to me it really didn't need a review because it was a light-hearted episode. I mean, tonight's episode was lighthearted as well, but I enjoyed this episode a lot more than what I did last week. So I said, I'm not going to do it. Quaman, Geekdom, Laughing Stock Media, Rhyme Style, D Free, Unreal ENT Gaming, and a few other DBZ YouTubers are going to do the review. So, it's out there enough. But this one I will do a review because this episode, as far as non-fighting type episodes, like lighthearted filler, or it's not filler, but you can call it, I guess, a padding type episode, a cushion type episode before the next start starts. So I'll do a review on this one. So this one, the episode was called Goku's Ki is Out of Control, Struggling to Take Care of Pan. And as you can tell by the picture I'm choosing to use for my background, I'm choosing Baby Pan because this episode revolved around Goku and Baby Pan. Piccolo was in there as well. Videl and Gohan were in there for the middle of the episode and towards the end of the episode. Piccolo was in it, Goten was in it, Chi Chi was in it, Krillin was in it. Um, Bulma and Vegeta was in it, and I just love this episode. And Pan is one of the characters that's not on my top 10 favorite character list, but if I were to do a top 10 my favorite character list for Dragon Ball Super alone, she's part of the top 10. And I love this episode 100%. And before we go into anything with Pan and everything, so Chi Chi, Goku, and Goten were at home. They're eating dinner, and Chi Chi has noticed that Goku hasn't been eating. His body's not letting him eat, and she finds this weird because Goku can eat a planet's worth of food and still be hungry, but he's not hungry. He ate a little bit, and even Chi Chi saying, "Oh, why aren't you hungry?" And she knows that, okay, why don't, something may be up. Why don't you go and talk to Kaio-sama? And he was like, oh, okay, sounds like a great idea. And he goes to teleport, and we all think that he's gonna go to Kaio-sama's planet. He winds up going into Bulma's and Vegeta's bedroom, and she's getting out of the shower, and she's covered up, but not fully. And she yells, and it was a very big yell. And you hear Vegeta come in the room. He's like, "Oh, what's going on?" And he sees Kakarot in his bed, and then the security. She has security all over the house, and the security drones in her room came out and were pointing at Goku and getting ready to shoot him. And Vegeta's face goes bright red. His face looked like a pomegranate. And then he goes to yells out Goku's name before he goes to teleport. And right after I saw the episode, I go on Twitter and I go tag Miss DBZ Babe or Maria DBZ Babe, and it's like, oh, she's gonna watch the episode and she's gonna catch she's not gonna, and not in a bad way. She's not gonna catch a fit in a bad way, but she's gonna catch a fit in a good way because that scene. It's like Vegeta comes to Bulma's rescue because he thinks that something is happening to Bulma, which Super is starting to give Bulma and Vegeta more time to more character development. It's more relationship development, and we got to see that in the Battle of Gods arc. We got to see it not so much in the Resurrection of F arc, and we saw it during the episode of them making the wish after the Universe 6 tournament was done. And then we have tonight's episode. So they're starting to get more character development, which is a good thing. And then after Goku teleports, again, he thinks he's going to go to Kaiosama's place. No, he goes to Krillin's desk. Krillin's at work right now. And he's looking at Krillin. He's like, what are you wearing? What are you doing? I didn't know you worked. He's like, yeah, I'm a police officer. And then that was a very, very short scene. And the next scene is what got me really excited because everybody thought that this character wasn't going to be in Super. Yes, it was a short scene, but she is in Super. It was Aurelie. Goku teleports to Aurelie, and she has a stick. And she's poking some poop that has a face on it. And she says something, and I don't know what she said indirectly because I did watch the episode raw. I always watch the episode raw and then I watch it with subtitles. So tomorrow I'll make a better review on the episode. But the way that they had blown up Aurelie so much, we thought that Aurelie was going to be a big part of the episode. She was there for one scene, for 5 seconds, and that was it. Goku then teleports again. This time, he's at Kaiosama's planet. And according to what Kaiosama said, is that because of all the fights he did in the Universe 6 arc, or the Universe 6 tournament, his ki is out of control. And Goku also remembers while Chi-Chi was telling him telling him his body's messed up, and he goes back to remembering he did the Kaioken times 10 while in Super Saiyan Blue. So according to what Kaiosama said, is like your ki is out of control, is out of place. Don't do any training. Don't do any fighting. Because if you continue to train, you continue to fight, you will no longer fight again. You saw it in Goku's face. And it's like he was concerned. It was like, me not fight again? Who's going to take over? Who's going to protect the planet? And he was also thinking, if I can't fight, that means I can't have my rematch against Beerus. On last week's episode, that did not count as a rematch with Beerus because Beerus was dressed up as Monaka in the costume that Hercule had made to use him as a protege, or not protege, but use him as one of those waving men in front of the car washing places. He wanted to use him as an idol because he won the tournament. But yeah, Kaiosama says you can't do this, you can't do that. If you continue to keep doing it, you won't be able to fight ever again. And that concerned Goku a lot. Next scene we have Piccolo, Goku, Goten, Chi-Chi, and Goku holding Pan. Piccolo had dropped off Pan to Goku, or to yeah, to Goku, so they can so he can babysit her for the day. And Piccolo's all, Pan has her here's her bed, here's her room, here's her toys, here's this, here's that, making sure Goku knows what he's doing. Even though he has Chi Chi there, and Chi Chi can tell him what to do, because I mean they do have two kids together, and Chi Chi has raised Gohan for most of his life and raised Goten for most of his life, so she knows what she's doing. He can ask her for help. And then we see Piccolo walk off after Goku had closed the door, and then he stops. He turns around. He's talking to himself, and then he's gonna go to to ring the doorbell. And then after that, the scene we have Piccolo, Goku, and Pan on the roof. And this was, it's a small cheeky scene. Goku and Piccolo talking. Got Piccolo smiling, Goku smiling, and you got Pan with Goku sitting on Goku's lap, and she looks up to the sky where the stars are, and she sees two bright stars, and she wants to grab them, but she tries to grab them, but she can't, because the stars are in outer space. And you see that she's upset because she can't grab him. She looks up at Goku, and he's talking, one, and my guess of what Goku said, because I heard the word Saiyajin. So my guess is that, Pan is going to be as strong as a Saiyan, a Super Saiyan. She does all the training, she could be as strong as one. So that's my guess, and what Goku said. And then the next scene, we have Piccolo, Goku, and Chi-Chi. And Piccolo is yelling at Goku, asking where Pan is. Like, how can you lose Pan? It was your job to watch her, and you lost her. And we see the Pilaf gang. We see Mai, Shu, and Emperor Pilaf with the binoculars, smiling and laughing, overhearing what Piccolo was saying, because they had a devious plan. And then we see Pan crawl to Mai, and Mai's picking her up. It's like, oh, aren't you cute little baby and whatnot. And they as the Pilaf gang, they get scared, and then they go into their ship, and you see Pilaf press all the buttons and whatnot, and you see the last two thrusters of their new and improved robot. They use the money that they wished for in the Battle of Gods arc, after Frieza's parts were teleported in front of Sorbet. That money that they wished for was used to build the new Pilaf robot. And then they're all happy and whatnot. They're running away in their robot, and then we see Pan. And Mai's holding Pan. It's like, oh, we have a problem here. We still have the baby, and Pilaf's freaking out. And Pilaf started saying something that made Pan cry. And Shu has a very, very sensitive nose. He can smell things 10 times more than what a human nose can. It was like, oh yeah, I think she needs to be changed. And you can hear it. If this was in complete English, you could probably hear it, and she was like, oh, Pilaf, I think the baby needs to be changed. She soiled her diaper, something like that. I can't do Shu, but something like that. And then Goku, Piccolo, and Chi-Chi are looking for Pan. I swear to God, Chi-Chi's stupid. She's looking in the grass like Pan is the size of an ant. And then Goku looks at his hands, and he does exactly what Pan did when she looked at the sky because she wanted to grab the stars. He puts his hands up, he closes them, and he yells out Pan's name very, very loudly. And then it cuts back to the Pilaf robot, and Pan is glowing. Like, and what made it even more funny while in the robot, before Pan is glowing with her key, is that Pilaf punched the touchscreen of, to set up the robot to flying mode, to standing mode, or whatever. And the way that he hit the screen, it looked like he had punched the robot in the nuts. And that part made me laugh. I saw that part. I was like, oh shit, he just punched the robot in the nuts. And it went, I guess you could say self-destruct mode, or it went all crazy. It was whacked out, and they started, the robot shot up in the air. And then that's when you see Pan standing in front of the three, and she's glowing, and then you see this key charge around her, and it's a very, very strong key charge, because you see the Pilaf gang freaking out. And then the robot blows up, and you see Pan with her key charge around her, and then you see Mai holding onto Pan's leg, then you see Shu holding onto Mai's leg, and then you see Pilaf holding onto Shu's leg. And this scene was this is what got to me. Not in a bad way, not like in a sad, depressing way, but this is what made the episode all the better. You see Pan and her key charge in space, not in space, but like maybe the upper stratosphere, and she's looking at all the stars, and she puts her hand in the air, and she opens and closes it like she did when she was sitting on Goku's lap. And then she's all happy. She starts flying, and then cuts down them flying into Earth. And I guess the Pilaf gang let go of her leg, and they ended up in a tree, and they're talking, whatever. And then she flies away, and then after that you see Goku, Goten, Chi-Chi, Piccolo, Pan at Gohan's house. And Gohan and Videl just walked in after speaking to a dean. And you hear Pan call out Papa, or for Gohan. And you see she's smiling. She's looking at Goten. I mean, not Goten. She's looking at Gohan. Gohan's explaining what happened. Why Goku and them had to babysit Pan is because he had to go deal with something with the dean. I guess he's still dealing with schoolwork, because his mother pushed him to do schoolwork all the time, and now he's just this scholar, or I call him weakling, because honestly, the Gohan from the Buu saga and the Gohan from the Cell saga, and yes, I'm saying Gohan, I'm not calling him Teen Gohan, because he's not a teenager in the Cell arc. He's 11 years old when he fights Cell. So he is Gohan, not Teen Gohan. Teen Gohan is the start of the Buu saga. He's 18 when he starts high school at the beginning of the Buu saga. So that's Teen Gohan. The Gohan the Cell arc is just Gohan. He's 11 years old. But I digress. And you hear while holding Pan, while Gohan's holding Pan is calling out for Chi-Chi, or it seems like she's calling out Chi-Chi. She may be saying something else. I have to wait until I see the dub version. But according to what I heard, what Pan was saying, she was saying Chi-Chi. But and then it cuts off at that scene, and Piccolo's probably saying, "Oh, maybe one day Pan is gonna or I think Goku's the one that said, oh, maybe one day Pan will learn how to fly." And Piccolo's like, "Oh no, that won't happen," and it cuts off. And then for the preview of episode 44, we see Goten, we see Trunks, we see Monaka, and we see Goku, and they're on this distant planet. And I guess Goten and Trunks had snuck off to go on Monaka's. I guess Monaka did another delivery, either this time to Bulma or to Hercule this time. But he comes back to does another visit to Earth, and I guess while he was delivering whatever was ordered to Bulma or to Hercule, Trunks and Goten had snuck off onto his um into his truck, and then they fly off to another planet, and then there's a fighting scene. You see Goten fighting, you see Trunks fighting, and you see the alien from that planet again in a fighting pose. And then we see Goku. Like, how did Goku teleport to the planet? I thought he wasn't supposed to be doing any teleporting, any fighting or whatever. And he's there, and he's fighting. He gets on his stance. He has the aura around him. He's shooting a ki blast, and I guess there's gonna be some small fighting in the episode. Not major fighting, but there's gonna be some small fighting. And these episodes are supposed to be lighthearted episodes. These supposed to be cushiony type episodes, some padding type episodes before the next arc starts. This is the beginning of the next arc, but the official beginning of the next arc isn't starting when they they go onto a different planet, they start fighting, whatever the case may be. So this is more like a cushion. It's an in between mini arc before the official arc starts. But this review is a little on the long side. I do understand that, but it's just I love this episode, and a few people have said that oh, Pan being the same age as Gohan and at the Saiyan saga, she's stronger than Gohan. Then is that I understand why some people can't understand the fact of what was going on with Pan and whatnot. It's supposed to be a comedy episode. It's supposed to be a fun, lighthearted episode, but it's an episode regardless. I just love the episode regardless. I love every single episode so far. Like, I stopped watching Dragon Ball Super after episode 5, and then I started with episode well the beginning of the Champa arc, or the Universe 6 um tournament arc. So I didn't watch the remake, or the I'm looking for a word here. I can't say it. I'm a little tired here. I'm sorry, but um I didn't rewatch Battle of Gods, and I did not rewatch um Resurrection of F. And from what I'm seeing of the reviews and the discussions of both arcs, it's a good thing I haven't seen it, because the not only because of the animation, but everything else is different compared to the movies. They did have a bigger budget for the movie, so the movies are gonna look different than the episodes. I understand that. But if I saw the movies, it makes no sense for me to watch the episodes. Like, it's all you're doing is replaying the movie into arcs and cutting them into episodes. So I'm not gonna waste my time and watch that. But I stopped after episode 5, and I started with the Champa arc, and I started watching it from there. And I'll continue to watch it because we're getting a lot of brand new stuff to Dragon Ball Super. Can't wait for that. You all heard what's happening next month, and I've been the fans are hyped. I'm hyped. Geekdom's hype. I like to say a lot of the YouTubers' names in here because I want to give them some recognition. I watch them all the time. First thing I do when I wake up, I besides brush my teeth and eat breakfast and whatever, is I go on YouTube. Is like, okay, did Rhymestyle put up a video? Did Living Ichigo put up a video? Did Geekdom put up a video? Did D Free put up a video? Did Unreal ENT Gaming put up a video? Laughing Stock Media, but I always look for them. If not, then I'll go watch something and just wait for them to put up a video. But I'm starting to ramble too much. It started becoming a review when it's starting to come on a little bit more. But I know this is not. This may get like between 1 and 5 views, and honestly, I don't care. To those who saw it, or whoever did see it raw, and then come here and then come across this, or whatever the case may be, what did you think about the episode? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Why did you like it? Why didn't you like it? I loved it. I loved it. Hands down, my favorite. I picked Baby Pan over GT Pan. Baby Pan for me erases the fact of annoying Pan in GT. Like after seeing this episode, GT Pan doesn't exist no more. That's how much I love the episode. But excuse me, I had to burp a little there. I want you guys to let me know what you guys thought about the episode. I'm gonna log out now. It is 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna head to sleep. I got a long day tomorrow, and if I don't get this up tonight, I will get it up tomorrow, and then I'll do a review on the episode. Very very short, shorter than this definitely, and it will be a more precise episode review. Excuse me, a precise review of what I saw and what's going on, what's said. But until then, I will see you guys until the next review. Peace out.